When the pagans realize that the Prophet is coming with Muslims while in Ihram, they become determined not to let him enter. They said, we are at war with Muhammad, so we cannot let him enter Mecca with Muslims. Then Khalid ibn Walid takes the lead. Khalid ibn Walid, at this time, he's a mushrik. He's the leader of an army. And with 200 horsemen, they camp outside of Mecca in order to block Muslims from entering. Many others, in addition to the 200 horsemen, also set out to camp there and support the pagans. The Prophet expresses dismay when they tell him that Khalid ibn Walid and all these others have come to block you. The Prophet says, why is Quraysh doing this? Why don't they just let me face the other Arab tribes? If the other Arab tribes kill me, then Quraysh won't have the burden of killing me. Let other, if they really think I'm a liar, let other tribes deal with me. Let them kill me. Why do you, Quraysh, burden yourself with fighting me if you guys claim I'm a liar? And if I win and Islam prevails, you will be the first to benefit. Because Mecca will be a Muslim land. And you, the Quraysh, will be the first to benefit. So the Prophet is really upset at the Quraysh. Even if you calculate your moves based on this dunya, politically, materialistically, it makes sense to stand with the Prophet. Let the other Arab tribes fight him. Why do you Meccans waste your lives and your money fighting the Prophet? Why? If he's truthful, you're going to benefit. You're going to win. If he is a liar, let others kill him. Why are you trying to kill him? The Prophet's not at war with you and trying to kill you. You guys are at war with him. So the Prophet expresses, his dismay with the mentality of the Quraysh. Then the Prophet says, I shall continue my efforts and I shall propagate Tawheed and monotheism until Allah brings victory to Islam or I die conveying Islam. Then we also have reports that the Prophet ﷺ consulted his companions. What should we do? Now that Khalid ibn Walid is trying to block us with 200 horsemen, what do we do next? Shall we proceed to the Kaaba and we'll fight whoever tries to stop us? Or should we go to these camps around Mecca trying to block us and fight them? Or these men have left their women and children in their villages. The pagan men have left their villages to try and stop the Prophet from entering Mecca. Or should we attack their women and children? These reports are saying the Prophet consulted his companions. He's feeling them out. He's trying to see their mentality. So a number of his companions said, let's go to the Kaaba and not fight. We don't want to fight. Let's not put a fight. Whoever stops us, yes, let's fight him. Someone confronts us, we have to defend ourselves. So they give the Prophet their opinion and they said, we don't want to fight. Now, I have a question. When the Prophet asks you for advice, what's the best response that you should give him? You and Allah know better. The Prophet, out of his good character, to show his humbleness, he's asking you for your opinion. But it doesn't mean that you give your opinion. What do you know? You know better than the Prophet? So we have the names of some companions like Abu Bakr who gave their opinion. Yes, let's not fight, let's do this, let's do that. But one companion there, Al-Miqdad ibn Amr, Al-Miqdad ibn Al-Aswad. Al-Miqdad was one of the best companions of the Prophet and a true supporter of Imam Ali. Al-Miqdad, what does he say in Sunni sources? He basically says, Allah and His Prophet know better. Ya Rasulullah, we shall not say what the Banu Israel said to their Prophet. اذهب أنت وربك فقاتلا إننا هاهنا قاعدون. When Prophet Musa liberated the Bani Israel from the Pharaoh, and then he told them, let's go into the Holy Lands. But there were oppressive people in the Holy Lands, right? Jabbareen, arrogant, oppressive people. Allah commanded the Bani Israel, the children of Israel, go into that village and liberate it. Drive these oppressors out. They said, no, we don't want to fight. He told them, Allah just saved you from the Pharaoh and He showed you all these miracles. What do you mean we don't want to fight? They told him, go and your Lord, you two go fight, we're sitting here. This is what the children of Israel said to who? To Prophet Musa. Al-Miqdad tells the Prophet ﷺ, we will not tell you what Bani Israel said to their prophet. We will do as you command us. Just go and we will follow. We are with you. If you want us to fight, we'll fight. That's the true spirit of taslim, of submission. You don't teach your prophet or give your opinion to your prophet. You tell him, you and Allah know better. Just give us the command and we're ready to execute. So the prophet says, let's go. Let's proceed towards Mecca. Let's try to enter. Now there are reports that the Prophet ﷺ, before approaching Mecca, when Khalid ibn Walid was there with 200 horsemen, he prayed Salat al Khawf, the prayer of fear. Khalid and his horsemen approached the Prophet. The time for Dhuhr prayer comes. Bilal calls for the adhan and they prayed. Khalid ibn Walid, a mushrik at the time, he noticed how the Muslims were praying. He saw the khushu', the way they were so focused in their prayer, the way they were concentrating in their prayer. When he saw them immersed in their prayer, what did he say? He says, oh, look at how these Muslims pray. They're so into their prayers. I have a strategy. When they pray their next salah, meaning which salah? The Asr prayer, let's attack them while they're praying. And then he says, these Muslims love their salat more than their own selves and their own children. Subhanallah. You can see how some of those companions would pray. You're in the middle of a desert, but they had so much khushu', so much spirituality. This pagan Khalid, the mushrik at the time, he looked at their prayer and he said, this is unusual. Look at them how they pray. It's like they forget about dunya. Therefore, let's wait till their next salah and let's make a surprise attack. This was the tactic of who? Khalid ibn Walid. Shaitan's teaching him these tactics. Jibreel comes down and he reveals or recites verse 102 of Surah An-Nisa, which tells Muslims how to pray Salat al Khawf. You know there's a salah called Salat al Khawf, the prayer of fear. So Jibreel tells the Prophet, pray Salat al Khawf. How do you pray it? وَإِذَا كُنْتَ فِيهِمْ فَأَقَمْتَ لَهُمُ الصَّلَاةِ. If the time of salah comes, فَلْتَقُمْ طَائِفَةٌ مِّنْهُمْ مَعَكَ وَلْيَأْخُذُوا أَسْلِحَتَهُمْ فَإِذَا سَجَدُوا فَلْيَكُونُوا مِنْ وَرَائِكُمْ وَلْتَأْتِ طَائِفَةٌ أُخْرَى لَمْ يُصَلُّوا فَلْيُصَلُّوا مَعَكَ وَلْيَأْخُذُوا حِذْرَهُمْ وَأَسْلِحَتَهُمْ وَدَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَوْ تَغْفُلُونَ عَنْ أَسْلِحَتِكُمْ وَأَمْتِعَتِكُمْ فَيَمِيلُونَ عَلَيْكُمْ مَيْلَةً وَاحِدَةً. The evil ones plan, but Allah also plans. So now you have a dilemma. You have to pray Salat al-Asr. But if you pray it, the enemy is going to take advantage of you praying to attack you. So what's the solution that Allah gives to the Prophet? Pray Salat al Khawf. Briefly, how is it prayed? The Prophet leads the prayer. He says, Allahu Akbar. Then his companions split into groups. One group prays behind the Prophet. They pray Jama'ah. The other group, what do? They're armed. They watch. They take up their sword, their arms, their armor, and they watch, being very careful not to let the enemies make a surprise attack. So the first group that's praying behind the Prophet, they pray 1 rak'ah. Then what happens after the 1 rak'ah? That first group leaves the salah, they hold their arms, and they let the other group go and join the Prophet in their salah. This is the gist of it. It has more details. We study that in fiqh. But just to give you an idea. So they rotate. The soldiers of the Prophet, they rotate. Some of them, they pray with him. The others, they're watching. Then those come to pray. The first group goes and watches. That's how they were able to maintain their vigilance in the war. And Khalid ibn Walid was shocked. Like, wait a minute, now they're praying differently. Yes, Habibi, they have Allah. Not Khalid is Habibi, the listener. Yes, they have Allah. They have Jibreel informing him what to do. You work with shaitan. The Prophet is with Allah. Jibreel tells him what to do. So we have narrations that state the Prophet prayed Salat al Khawf before going to Hudaybiyah. Any questions about this prayer? The prayer of Khawf, the prayer of fear? And by the way, it's shortened. Instead of praying 4 rak'ahs, what do you pray? You pray qasr. You pray 2 rak'ahs.
Is it like Salat al Khawf? Yeah.
It's like the qasr salah when you travel. You know how the dhuhr becomes 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they would pray.
What's the niyyah, Salat al Khawf?
It's Salat al Asr. You make the niyyah for Asr, but in the state of khawf, in the state of fear. Yes. So people who go to the battlefield and they're actually fighting, they would pray the salah. Yes.
Oh, it's Asr. But your niyyah is...
Yeah, it's a Asr prayer, but you're praying it in this method because of the threat of war. So if they wanted to pray Jama'ah, if the Muslims wanted to pray Salat al-Jama'ah in the battlefield, that's how they would pray it.
You don't do it no more, right?
And Imam Hussein alayhi salam prayed this salah. Remember when he prayed, some of his companions, they guarded him. They stood to guard him. So the Imam alayhi salam also prayed this salah.
Can we pray it safe now?
You have to be in a state of fear of war.
Fear, war.
Yeah. You can't just pray it at home like that. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's only fear as in war, like not as in like fear as like any other thing that you're scared of.
Scholars have discussed, in what situation this can be prayed, but basically it's in war, yes. When you're being attacked in the battlefield, or there's the threat of war, meaning any minute somebody could attack you.
What about the threat of death? Like
No, not the threat of death. It has to be the threat of an attack. Like if you're out somewhere and you fear that you're going to be attacked and killed, you can pray this. Why? Because you need to be watchful.